What's up, everybody? Um, I've been busy with a couple things, but today I want to talk about the way to get better at anything. Um, when you sit there and think about progression, you think about um, bettering yourself. Um, uh, you got to sit and look at everything that has happened in the past. You got to sit there and think about, how um, some things were created and how they are today. Um, and as a person, it's the same thing. So when I see, all these people out there that want to power lift and just want to lift heavy, things like that, I I hear the passion and the eager to be stronger. Um, but that ego, I'm sorry, that eagerness, I also hear a emptiness of patience. First thing I think of is, you know, in order to be a doctor, you got to go to school at least 8 years, I believe. At least 8 years. So, what's the difference between being a great powerlifter and becoming a doctor? What's the difference between being a top of the line salesman and being a powerlifter? What's the difference between being a elite basketball or football player and being a powerlifter? There's none. When you look at a football player that make it to the NFL, you gotta think, oh yeah, they got the physical ability, but the one thing that they really have is the time. Most of them played pee wee, then they played middle school or junior high, then they played high school, then they played 4 years of college, maybe more, and then they make it to the league, and probably won't get to play then until a couple years in. So you got to think about those years that they put in. Um, the best example that I usually tell um, people or give to people is making glass, or the best one really is the art of building samurai swords. Samurai swords are some of the most strongest, flexible, durable things on this planet. How can they be so strong? How can they withstand so much, cut through so much? How can they be so valuable? In the way they make swords, period, but mainly samurai swords because it takes time to make those swords. Is the process is heating metal up, shaping it, cooling it. I'm sorry. Heating metal up, folding it, shaping it, cool it off. heating metal up, shaping it, folding it, cool it off. They do that process of heating it up and folding it. All those folds, I mean, I can't tell you how many folds they do, but all those folds of heating it up, folding it, cooling it, shaping it, heating it up, folding it, cooling it, shaping it. All those folds is bending and thickening and leaving no space for no any kind of molecules. It's just density and flexibility. It's just dense. It's in there. That's why they can't be broken, because they're being broken down and matted together to be strong. Okay? It's the breakdown. To be better in anything, it's a breakdown of you or whatever. It's the process. Okay? So if you don't have that experience of breaking, okay, and rebuilding, just like our muscles, then you have nothing. You got to have that experience. Got to have that experience of going through and trying to be stronger and getting better and figuring out, well, this didn't work, so I'm going to go this way. Okay? That's the same thing. When you trying to get better at anything, you're going through that process. You're going through that experience of trial and error. This is with everything. Everything. So all those folds, all that heating up, breaking down, cooling off, it becomes one of the strongest elements on the planet. You can't break a samurai sword. It's flexible, can cut through anything. It's the best because it's been through trial and error. It's been through that time, that process. So when you think about it, when you want to be stronger, want to be better, the only thing you should think about is time. You should think about now, but that now should only be for a second. Thinking about, okay, my workout here, this is what I want to do, but leave a little bit for the next time so you can come back